Hi guys, in this video we're going to go over target area number 5 in your downloadable PDF, your quadriceps and your hip flexors. Now the quads are made up of 4 muscles. If you think quad equals 4, you have a muscle here, here, and here, and then also one that snakes around like an S here, your sartorius. Now this attaches at the top of the tibia here. So if you have knee pain on the inside, you can think about trying to open up that muscle that snakes through, as well as that inner thigh. And also, this area attaches to the flexors of the hip here. And if you think of this whole area like links on a chain, so if you have tightness here, that can pull on the links above and below. So we want to make sure that this stays nice and open. For people that sit a lot, which is the majority of us, this area is shortened constantly. If you see my posture from the side, if these muscles are normal here, as I sit down, they shorten. And if we sit for extended periods of time, this area gets really tight. So we need to work on opening this tissue up to get it nice and happy to open up the quads as well. So what we want to do, we want to choose the best tool that we use for the job. For this one, the broad surface works really well, so we'll use our Eco foam roller. You can also use the peanut for it. If you want to localize and get very specific, you can grab your mobility ball or your mobility sphere and really target each muscle. But for this one, we'll use the Eco foam roller. So as always, we position it where we want it to be. Now with this one, since we are on the roller, you can do 2 different types of pressure. If you want to take it a little bit easy and you want to take it easy on yourself for the first time, you can do both legs at the same time like I am here. If you want to get a little extra pressure, you can move that foam roller off to one side. As you can see, I'll turn a little bit so we can add some downward pressure just on that one leg. It really depends on how you want to do your mobilization to start with. But for this purpose, we'll start right below the hip with this foam roller. In fact, I'll use my left leg so you can see. And once I'm here, as we always do, remember your 3 things. We're going to do a slow pressure roll, we're going to rotate, and then we're going to pin and stretch. So as we get our pressure, we'll start here, and we'll do our nice slow pressure roll, nice and easy, 1 inch every 2 seconds. And if we find a spot, we can hang out on that spot here, and we can do a little bit of rotation, and then I can pin and stretch that muscle by bending and extending my leg. So I'm still adding pressure as I'm lengthening and shortening that muscle. That'll allow the tool to get a little bit deeper into those nice thick muscle fibers. So we're rolling nice and easy, and we can even move the foam roller down a little bit if we're limited on space. Go right above the knee, nice and slow. I'm gonna hang out there for a second, rotate gently and easily with pressure. If you have a spot, work on it until you get that spot opened up. We're gonna bend and extend on that spot as well. So now, since your quad is comprised of 4 muscles, as we roll right down the center, you're getting on the main thick one here, your rectus femoris. What you wanna do is as you're rolling down, when you rotate, think about rolling on the other ones on the inside and the other ones on the outside as well. So let me angle in here a tiny bit. So as I'm rolling on this, right down the center on my rectus femoris, now I'm going to rotate a little bit. Almost looks like I'm going on my IT band, but I'm not quite. I'm right in between those 2, still slow roll, little rotate, and then a pin and stretch. Now the same thing when you're working up into your hip flexors since they're attached. We've rolled on the quads, now we're going to move up into the hip. So the same thing. We'll start nice and easy in that spot, right below the abs, right above the quad, and do a nice, slow, gentle roll. We can rotate a little bit. There's not a lot of room in here, and also the muscles aren't quite as large as the quads, so you're not going to have quite as far to go. For this one though, I like using our mobility sphere since you have that 5-inch diameter. You can get nice and deep and you get that pinpoint surface, zeroing in and targeting on those hip flexors. And I have a spot right there, so I'm going to hang out and then I'm going to do a little rotation and then pin and stretch. Now for these target areas, you can spend at least a minute, up to 2 minutes is great. For your 15-minute download, it's 1 minute each target area. If you have any questions, comment below, contact us on the website, and we'll see you in the next video.